Hi, welcome back to Dory's Gardens, where inspiration awaits beyond the lavender gate. Lavender is the key word today. A bee was just buzzing this a second ago, and this is the shirt that fell off the hanger today, so we're all about lavender today. So that gave me the idea of showing how to do a little mini herb garden. It's just getting warm enough for them to start growing. People are excited about that. They want to put the fresh, yummy herbs in all their cooking. So we're going to go back again to smart pots. Last week we did the hanging baskets with them. Well, these are wonderful too. And you can do an instant garden, pour the dirt in. It comes in all different sizes. Today I'm going to do the 10-gallon one, and that would fit about 3 to 5 herbs depending on which herb it is. But we have a bunch of different sizes that I'll show you more towards the end. So this lavender, I used to be really nervous about lavender, but I actually made a plant last, well, I didn't make it, but it lasted through the winter, so I'm sold on them now. And so the key with them, though, you've got to have good drainage. And so that's what's so wonderful about the smart pots, because they let the moisture out, but yet they keep the roots cool, and it's above ground and it's instant. So, you know, what's not to love? So we're going to go ahead and start with this lavender right up front, just because I have it in my hand. See the roots, just tear them off. Again, see how they're getting a little bit root bound? Break it up. If you want to leave your tag in, if you can't remember what it is, that's fine. So we're going to put that right in, well, a little bit back towards the front, because there are some other herbs that tend to drape. Like this wonderful, I just found this week. Look at that. It's oregano. I wish you could smell it. It's amazing. So we're going to put some of that in, and we might even be able to split it off. We'll see. That's a big old thing. So this makes a great ground cover. If you put it in the ground for a drought area or a hillside, you can use oregano, and also thyme is a really good one. So we'll put that in the bag, and it'll drape down over the seam here. And you know, if you put in flowers that are drought tolerant, because most herbs are, they like to be kept a little bit dry, you can mix up some flowers like this great, what is this? Okay, this is a spurge ascot rainbow, and so it's a type of euphorbia, and isn't that amazing? So this might make a nice thriller, and you can't eat it, but it looks pretty, so we'll stick that in there just for fun. So look at how that just fills it in, and these are going to just be nice and lush and go together well. So then another favorite, this lemon thyme. You love this, don't you, Michelle? She's got a pot over there on the table for sale. So see how we're getting kind of a variegated yellow theme going on here? So we're going to pop that in the other side. See, it wants to get out of that pot and just grow wonderfully. And this will drape down too. So you know me with my pots, just cram them in there. And this we just can't resist, because this is drought tolerant, this drapes. This is just going to add a little bit of beauty, make it into a decorative pot too, because most of the time herbs are just greenery. So there you go. What do you think of that? Yes. Marigolds, they tend to keep bugs off. People use these in their gardens a lot. Nice little pop of color. So let's add a couple of these too. So let's see whatever herbs. Oh, basil. Cannot do without basil. So 3 different kinds here in the shop today. The Cuban basil, and then the Thai basil, which is wonderful spicy. And then this here is the pesto perpetu. Anyways, a variegated basil. And look at that leaf, and oh, you just crush it up, and I just want to rub it on there and smell it all day. So since we've got a variegated thing going on here, I'm going to add even more. It's going to be a real busy looking pot, but that's okay. And that's going to taste so good. And it's really fun for children too, to be able to give them a little leaf and, oh, taste this, and just warn them that don't pick leaves by themselves without asking mom and dad, because some leaves are not so good. But it's really fun for them to do that. Chives, these are evergreen. So this is going to be pretty in your pot all year. The basil you have to bring in or just harvest it and get a new one next year. But this is perennial, perennial, perennial. Through the years is what perennial means. I remembered. So, and look at how this adds interest. And sometimes I just plant this just for the flower, because it has this beautiful lavender ball flower. Or if an onion goes off in your cupboard, just put it in the ground. You'll get a beautiful bloom off of it. So what do you think? We could put some mint in there if we really wanted to. sometimes it's better just to have a pot by itself, the mint. And then, if you want to ID the plants, plant markers are super fun. I found these beautiful ones at market, so I got the herb series, Plant Picket, sticking up for your garden. I love that. And so it makes it really cute. So here's a purple basil. We don't have a purple basil, but we're going to stick it in there anyways. That'll just go with the other basil. We've got chives. We'll put it in there. And it makes a nice gift if you want to give just one herb. Put that in there, put a little stick, and it's like, I made a little creation. Greek oregano. Not quite the same one, but it gives you the idea. What's this one? Arugula, we don't have that today. Mint. So we're going to keep mint by itself. This is coming back from last year. It's going to be really full by the end of the season. But you don't want to put this in your ground unless you want it there forever, which some people do, but it sure smells good. So I wanted to show you some other different containers that the Smart Pot company makes. And this here is the big bag long bed. So this is the 6-foot length that comes in 8 and 12-foot lengths. It's a great profile for along a fence, along a driveway, 18 inches tall, different sections. You can have an instant garden. This isn't a very good picture, but I'll do another planting on that when we get the tomatoes and the peppers and show you how to do an instant vegetable garden. We've got the a round one here. You can see it better. This is the junior. If you've got an apartment or just a patio, super easy. 20 minutes max. You've got a garden done. And then we've got, of course, the Smart Pots come in all different sizes here too. There's the 3-gallon, the 1-gallon, 2-gallon, and then I have all the way up to the 20-gallon, which is great for the tomatoes. And it's interesting, if you plant tomatoes with peppers, with oregano, all the things with parsley, things that you think you would cook together, those plants like to grow together. So it just makes sense. So you probably wouldn't, I mean, basil would go good in here, but probably not the mint with the oregano because they're just kind of 2 different flavors. So that's what I've learned along the way, and it's just fun, interesting science. What else we got to show? Well, I think that's about it. I'm going to finish my cup of coffee because behind every successful woman is a substantial amount of coffee and a lot of prayer. So until next time, I'll see you in Dory's Gardens. Happy spring.